Here we go with an building shell from an architectural drawing, and we're going to make a drawing set out of it. It's activity 4, and I'm going to just step through the whole thing for you in this one video. We'll create a floor plan, a roof plan, and then the sheet set, and you'll see how we do that. And this is from a template that is really well set up, and everything just comes out of it, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and open that. I'm in Revit. And here we go. I'm going to go find my file that I've already downloaded in my architectural Revit folder. And it's this one called Architectural Project Template. Now you're going to see copies. Once you've opened it up, it keeps making backups all the time for you. So that if you make some sort of mistake or something crashes or you want to go back and try something else, these little ones with numbers show up. You can get rid of those. Okay? They don't mean anything for what we're doing. So I've opened up the template and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Revit so that you know what's going on. First of all, you see in the middle, there's a work area. Floor plans, roof plans, things like that. And on the left, there are properties. And that tells you about whatever you're looking at, the properties. And then there's a project browser that lets you go pick different things that you're looking at. Cover pages, sheets. Sheets are like layouts. Okay, they work just a little bit different though. Okay, if those go away, if you accidentally click on one and it goes away, you'll need to go to the View tab, way over to the right to the user interface, and get the one back that you lost. It happens all the time. You accidentally click it. So I'm going to close up these different layouts, and I'm going to go to my floor plan. That's where I want to start. Now, this is the outside of a building. It's similar to the one that you did in the AutoCAD version. And we're going to pretend that we're architects. So we're going to go up to the architect button on the floor plan view and put in a wall. And you're going to actually put in a model of the wall that is built correctly. It's got all the details in it. So you have to sort of decide what kind of wall you want. And we've got a small sample of walls loaded. I think I'm going to go with exterior brick on metal stud, just because I feel like it. And then it tells you, where do you want to place it? I'm going to place the finished face of my exterior on that line. And then it's just using your mouse. Click, 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 click. And it's made my walls. Now, if I pick one of those, it tells me all about it. It even tells me how tall it is. I've got this set up for you already so that the walls are 8 foot tall and they're not connected to anything. Okay. Now, if you want to see it in another view, you can go to the 3D view down on your project browser, double click, and there it is. And it even shows the brick outside. Isn't that cool? And I've got some other views already set up for you that show up on your sheets. Things just show up. There is the floor plan, roof plan, elevations. So these views do go and see what's going on. So that's how you do a wall, and you're welcome to use any wall that you want. I'm going to put in a door. Now this just has a crummy little door. That's all that's loaded right now. Different sizes. I might want to go find fancier doors. I'm going to go load a family. A family is a set of objects that are a specific thing. And I'll do residential. That's kind of big for a. There, that's a nice door, don't you think? Looks like a nice front door. So I'll open it and it loads all of these up. I'm going to pick the, I'm for sure going to pick 3 foot by 8 tall. You know? And now it'll put it in. And look, it'll put it in swinging inward or swinging outward. It doesn't really matter. You can put it in, and it's hard to see on the screen, but there's 2 little buttons that allow you to switch things around. And I've centered it up. And I'm going to actually put in another door right over here. I can use the arrow keys. If I select it, I can use the arrow keys to move it over. Those are the arrow keys on my button, on my keypad. So I have 2 doors. Let's see what that looks like now in 3D. There's a door. There's a door. That's really cool. And I don't think I have that going the right way. I'm going to have to come up here and look and see. I'll bet you. Let's see what it looks like now. That looks more like the door ought to be, right? Don't you think? There we go. Maybe it goes the other way. A really thick wall is what the problem is. But you can go ahead and change those. Most doors that are residential go inwards. Okay. So I've got doors. Now it's time for windows. And again, I have fixed windows. That's okay. But I might want to load a different type of window. And again, we have a simple set of libraries. You can get just about anything online. But I'm going to go double hung. That sounds kind of cool. And I think I'll go with 4 foot width and 48 tall. And I'll put one there. And I don't care where you put these. I think those are going the wrong way too. And maybe I'll put a fixed window over here just for fun. Just so that you can see that you can do different ones. And I'll do a 36 wide by 72 tall. There. You can do whatever you want on this. I'm not specifying that for you. I'm just going to let you have fun with it. So that's it. And look, it just keeps updating itself in all the different views. That is so cool. So we've done walls, windows, doors. Our next thing, we don't have columns yet or anything. We're going to put on a roof. So let's put the roof on the roof plan layer. And you can see it's already set up to show some stuff and not others. And if you want to, you can right click and hide in the view if you don't like it, or you can leave it there. I just wanted to show you that you could do that. Really cool. So now we're going to do a roof plan. So I'm going to create a roof. I'm going to click roof. I'm going to set my overhang. It's 2 feet. And I'm going to have a sloped roof. And this is called a wall picker. It's going to say, what walls will my roof cover? If I go from the outside, the overhang is to the outside. If I come from the inside, it's the opposite way. So I'm going to come from the outside, and I think this one is like this, but this one is covered. So I'm going to come to this outside, and then I've got to make a corner tool. And I'm going to pick those 2, and they're going to make a corner over that. Now I'll go back to my modify and select all those, and look, here are the properties of those roof lines. It makes a slope. It's got a 2-foot overhang, and its slope is 9/12. That's pretty steep. I'm going to go 6/12. And I'll hit this. And then it says, do you want to attach the walls? And that's a good thing to do usually. So as you learn more architecture and design 325 and 340 and 360, you'll learn a lot more about when to do that. For now, we're just going to attach the walls. And look, I have a roof plan. Isn't that amazing? Okay. And you can set the roof plan to look like wireframe so that the stuff below shows up. That's kind of neat. Okay, and that's how it's usually shown. Something like that. Okay. So we've got walls, windows, doors, roof. Let's see what it looks like all the way around. That's kind of cool. Cool, cool, cool. Come down here. Look, it's even counting up my windows for me. Oh my gosh. And at another time, I'm going to show you how to fix these up. That's not for this week. But there's lots you can do with all these schedules and stuff. And it's even made my elevations for me. Goodness gracious me. Is that about the quickest thing that you've ever seen? And there are my perspective views. So in Revit, you can see this is very, very fast to get your document if you have your design already set. So I'd better save this. And I'm going to call this finished sample demo, just so that I know this is the one that I've made my demo on. Okay. And look, if you want to, you can go and change these walls and just see what it looks like when it's different. In this view, I'm going to show you a few more things. There's this checkerboard down here, which tells you what kind of level of detail there is. See, it just kind of changes your level of detail a little bit. And then this is how you're looking at it. There's shaded. So that kind of gives you some colors, consistent colors, and then realistic. And you can turn shadows on and all sorts of stuff when you do this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to consistent colors. Under the View tab, there's another cool thing that you can do. You can render this. And I'm going to put my render on, maybe I'll put it on medium. A medium render. Doesn't take too long. Tells you how big it's going to be and what kind of lighting you want and stuff. And you just click render, and it's gonna make it look as real as it can. Okay, and it includes all the materials and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, now this one's just medium. It would be better on high. It gets better and better and better as you go. But then you can save that into your project, and now you have an image that you can give to people. And that image just showed up in this thing called renderings. And there it is. And this is just like every other rendering program. You can change colors and backgrounds and images and set the lighting. It's just like every other one. But if you want to just play with it a little bit, you're able to do so. Okay. So I've saved it. The last thing I want to do is put it all together in a package. So that's going to be an export. When I put everything in a package or say a PDF, and I want selected views and sheets, I'm going to edit the list right now to pick. I want my sheets. That's what I want. That's what's called a sheet set. And then I select those. I don't need to save them. Everything else I think is all okay. Let's just export. And it can take a moment. There it goes. And that should be, I don't know where I exported it. I don't remember. I hope it went to the same spot. There it is. And I'm going to open it in Chrome. And there they are. Now, what I want you to turn in is your Revit file. That's what I want you to turn in. I want to see your Revit file. So that's your week 5. If you get done very quickly and very early and you would like to do more, some interior design or some landscaping or something like that, let me know. And I will give you a little bit more one-on-one, and you can landscape the area or put interior walls in and really start working an interior design. But this is really what would be done for a building shell that's going to be built out on the interior. So there we go. That is your week 5 architectural Revit.